Hello.
Hello.
Scoot over. Get in the camera. It's another piece of content
Another content piece for you to consume,
brought
so
to
you can be content.
brought to you by
Everything
me
is content.
and
all
also
content.
Carter and also
Lily.
our special guest Lily. Thank you for joining us, Lily.
Hello, it's me. I'm special guest.
You are feet.
Yeah, the commander of the Coronet Commanders. If you don't know,
Coronet.
Yes.
yeah, maybe
The
you've only
Coronet
heard of
Commander.
Commanders.
in the
But
flesh.
yeah, that's who we have, and we're gonna talk about the matchups. Looking into week 5 and predict everything 100% accurately.
100%. It's going to be 100% accurate.
Yeah, we won't say anything that's not accurate or untrue or wrong.
Yeah. And next week,
We can see the future, actually.
yeah, we can. I can see it already.
When
It's
we're with the
overwhelming.
three of us all together, we can see the future.
Yeah, between
That's
the
the
three of
power
us.
of-
That's the pyramid.
Yeah.
It's like the Minority Report, except like for Pokemon Draft League.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think we've covered that. I think let's talk about the matchups. And starting with the first one that I have up here on the screen, we have the
The Sunny
Sunny Shore
Shore
Wakes
over this way
versus the
Umbreon's
Umbreon's
Umbreon
Reunion Bash
Reunion Bash.
on this side.
on the other side. So, let's just talk about this matchup. Anyone want to start? Anyone have any thoughts right out the gate?
I've got a few thoughts right out the gate.
All right, share your thoughts out the gate.
I think this is one of the easiest Trick Room matchups for Robin, just to like set Trick Room with impunity.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest problem on Umbreon's Reunion Bash, no speed control whatsoever. I guess the best way James can like counter Trick Room is like fake out Hitmontop. Like sure, but there's Terra Ghost Porygon 2. She's gone Terra Ghost every single time. The other option B is Espeon, Trick Room, and Prison, and you kind of have to do that. Basically, it's
Yeah,
the
if you
only
wanna
way you
stop
can
it.
keep yourself out of Trick Room. Because once Robin gets Trick Room up, this game looks really, really good for her. I'm favoring Robin actually in this matchup overall because she's got two fairy types, count them, to deal with the half of the team that's weak to fairy that always shows up: Umbreon, Moltres, and Hitmontop.
They're always there.
Always there and always weak to fairy. And then outside of that, you have Venusaur and Ampharos to deal with the Feraligatr and Lantern. This is kind of a must-bring Venusaur situation,
Yeah.
especially because of that Lantern. That maybe Lantern isn't as worried about Ampharos, but it's definitely worried about Venusaur.
Please use Venusaur. Venusaur's my boy, dog.
Yeah, and I would similarly plead to James that you must finally use Espeon. This is the time to actually use it
Because Espeon's been used, just died instantly into nothing.
oh yeah, see,
That's the Venusaur counter right there.
hardly counts.
It
Espeon
is the
counters
Venusaur counter.
Venusaur. Espeon keeps Porygon 2 from setting Trick Room. It's the only surefire way to do that. And most importantly, Espeon answers Ariados. You gotta get that Ariados out of there with a high power Psychic.
What? Ariados destroys Espeon.
Yeah, once Trick Room is up, yeah. Once Trick Room is up, Ariados.
Everyone destroys everything once Trick Room is up.
Everything. But
It's like,
let's
is this
just
what you
not
even fair
think
to talk about?
that. It's just too scary to even.
It's
So strong.
to even
I
bring that
actually
up.
really am glad that Robin has left Ariados. She's been doing us all a great favor.
Yeah.
Not trouncing us all with Ariados.
She's
the whole
holding
time.
back really by not
Yeah,
bringing
probably
it.
waiting for finals.
Or Delibird. Yeah, but honestly, yeah, this is I think it's a pretty favorable match for Robin here. Just some really good type matchup. And like Fiery Wrath just doesn't do much
No.
to threaten Robin's team.
Not at all.
So best matchup for Robin that we've ever seen.
Maybe. I'll say a couple things next. That's all right. I think everything you said pretty true. The double fairies into all these dark types, and then the fighting type is like Yeah, super unfavorable. So yeah, Umbreon's Bash, the onus is on them to kind of come up with something maybe a little bit outside what you would normally expect. Could be time to see Gligar. Could be time to see some Furret. With some redirection support could be really helpful. Actually, I definitely think Venusaur should be coming. I also think if Granbull hasn't hasn't done anything yet, but if Granbull can't do something in this matchup, then you're just never using Granbull like at all because it's good into everything. Like, look at it. I mean, it can crunch Espeon. It can intimidate for Alligator. It can play rough Umbreon. It can play rough Moltres. It can play rough Hitmontop and intimidate the Hitmontop back to like counter him the counter intimidate the intimidate user. And then even against like Gligar, it can intimidate that. So I
it's
think
only Espeon. Like Espeon is the best Pokemon for James in this matchup.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think for sure. So yeah, please, I want to see Granbull. I want to see some Venusaur, and it'll be exciting because we get to see some things that are different from the Wakes. I think because I think those are the best Pokemon. But
like Hitmontop Espeon if you're James, and that's maybe your best chance.
Mm-hmm.
You do the Trick Room in prison. You can fake out the Granbull or the Azumarill or whatever it is, and then maybe you set up with a Nasty Plot or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's tough. Yeah, it's just tricky because Espeon can die pretty easy. It's like not the
Espeon
bulkiest of Pokemon,
easily,
so that's where like something like Furret could actually buy you a little bit of time.
Maybe. Yeah,
I don't know, just something to throw out there. You could even see the Espeon Umbreon combo because Umbreon's weak to these fairy types, but it's still bulky. I also think there's a Terra. You might need to Terra Moltres just like every time if you want to get value out of it, because it's just not doing anything into any of these Pokemon. Even Ampharos, like, even your neutral matchups aren't great. Like, you don't match up well into Magcargo. You don't match up well into, like, Porygon is meh. Ampharos is bad. Venusaur is your best bet, and we haven't seen a lot of Venusaur. So, like, I don't know. I think
Umbreon
you almost
also needs to run some yawn. I think, like, put Magcargo to sleep, put Porygon 2 to sleep.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think Umbreon throwing yawns around could help a lot, but yeah, I wouldn't even hate... I said Gligar already, but I'll say it again. I think Gligar, I wouldn't hate to see it. It can do some poison-type attacks for stab. It's only weak to Azumarill. It has really high defense, which is great against the Azumarill and Granbull.
For Porygon 2, Ice Beam, you can just destroy Gligar.
Yeah, Ice Beam can kill it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not Gligar. I don't know. You gotta do something.
But someone's
Lily,
always
do you
have Ice Beam.
Lily, you want to share your thoughts on the matchup?
Yeah, sure. So, first thing I think about with like this with the Wakes is you want to find a way to disable Porygon 2, right? Get from Trick Rooming. I don't think Trick Room's going to be as free as we might think it is because Umbreon gets taunt. So
True.
I would expect like an Umbreon lead in this matchup coming out of the Reunion Bash.
I didn't even think about that.
And then but from the Wakes, I think this is still like a winning matchup for sure because like what do you do about Ampharos, right? Like you bring Gligar, but then Ice Beam deals with Gligar. So I don't really think you have any other ground type coverage on this team that can deal with Ampharos like more effectively than like maybe like just other types of damage. Also, Venusaur's really strong, like you guys were saying. I feel like Porygon, Venusaur, Ampharos feels like a solid trio of Pokemon when you bring in either like Azumarill or Granbull in the lead. Maybe like because if you're expecting Umbreon to come in, you could pretty easily just throw down some fairy damage on it, or maybe go for a Belly Drum on Azumarill while Umbreon's trying to stop the setup.
Yeah.
So I think this is still like very much winning for the Wakes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, like the fact that both the fairy types here are physical attackers, meaning like it's kind of hard. You need like Intimidate. You need to lead Hitmontop for the Intimidate, I guess. But then you get the Intimidate back, and like Umbreon has Snarl for like Ampharos and Venusaur maybe, and even for Porygon too. But it can't really do anything to shut down the physical fairy types.
Yeah, you're definitely right about Ampharos being a threat. I mean, you have Gligar, but you also like I guess Lantern, because Lantern has Volt Absorb, so it's like that's a thing that you could have. But yeah, it's not amazing. I wouldn't want to lean on that.
No, because the
I just wonder what else Light should even do in this matchup, because it's the main speed control for Umbreon's Reunion Bash, but Electro Web's actually good for the Wakes if they want a Trick Room. Yeah. They're already slower anyway, so what are you really doing?
Yeah, it's not amazing. I mean, you
I
kill
don't think you even
Magcargo,
need
so there's
Grand
that,
Turn.
but I just don't think Magcargo should come out at all. Like, there's no need for Magcargo this time.
I'd sooner pick Furret than Lantern.
Yeah.
Or even Gligar.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I like Furret, and I actually do like Gligar, because if you do get around Porygon and Azumarill, Gligar can get some things done. I mean, it's your only answer for Ampharos is the thing, so you kind of almost have to. It's not like Gligar's amazing, but I do feel like you feel a little bit obliged.
I mean, you could. Does Feraligatr get like ground type moves?
Yeah, probably.
Like high horsepower?
I don't know, actually, but
wouldn't-
it
But
probably
it's not gonna be
does.
stab.
Yeah, that's the other thing we were talking about with Nidoking the other day is that there's like no physical ground type moves with secondary effects that can capitalize on sheer
That
force.
use sheer force, yeah.
Does Feraligatr maybe get Earth
It's
Power?
big. It gets earthquake.
Gets Earthquake. Does it get Earth Power? I mean, what's its special?
I don't think I think
It
it's
doesn't.
horrible. Yeah,
Too horrible? Yeah.
I think it's too bad.
79 is not horrible, but it's not good either.
Yeah.
Could you finally bring Bayleaf this time?
Hey, if Macargo's out,
Do the swamp?
Because Macargo, I feel like there's a good chance Macargo doesn't even come. Because like, what do you like? Macargo
Yeah,
does
what do you need
nothing into like
Magcargo for?
everything, except for Bayleaf. So it's like
And maybe like Power Gem into Moltres, maybe, and that's like it.
I don't think Magcargo learns Power Gem.
Yeah, it does.
It does?
Yeah. She's used it.
Okay, well, you can Power Gem with Ampharos anyway.
Yeah. And like Thunderbolt with Ampharos is what
Yeah,
you do.
Thunderbolt Power Gem.
Yeah.
Thunderbolt's better. Yeah. I don't know.
A little bit.
I could see some Bayleaf. That'd be kind of fun if it does come out. Like, get some screens down with the Eviolite Bayleaf is pretty
But
tanky.
you gotta bring Venusaur.
Please, Venusaur.
Please bring Venusaur. It's so good into this team, and also like because the natural thing for James to do here, and something that James does a lot is Terra Fairy Moltres.
Yeah.
And Venusaur covers for that.
Venusaur does help with that.
And that's like your only way to cover for that, actually.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Yep. Except
We got
Ariados,
more
of
matchups
course.
to
Can't forget
cover.
Ariados.
All right, this one, the Coronet Commanders versus the Sinnoh Kingdras. And Lily, I'm gonna let you start off talking about this one because this is in fact your matchup. So let's hear what
that's
you
so
have to
true,
say.
actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So I've done a little bit of testing on this one already, and I've got to say, it does not look good for the Kingdras at all. um, we talked a little bit about like during the week 4 reviews about this, but the Kingdras are really vulnerable to rock types. They have obviously Lugia, Xatu,
Jumpluff.
Jumpluff. They're all weak to rock. Kangaskhan's damage doesn't do like much to rock because if it's going Fake Out Last Resort, then everything resists.
Yeah.
So like they're like just like from the virtue of like my star Pokemon being a rock type, this team's like kind of at a
And
disadvantage
then
there.
you have Skarmory, too.
I would say like oh yeah, and Skarmory too. Of course, that resists like
The
normal
normal,
type damage as well. Yeah. So I think like what I've been thinking about when I go through this is they're like what am I threatened by basically. So I see Kingdra. Kingdra could be a pretty big threat. It does super effective damage to Tyranitar and Houndoom, so that's pretty problematic. So like that's like if I can find a way around that, then I'm pretty much home free probably. The other thing would probably be Lugia surviving very long in the end game and maybe outlasting some of my Pokemon, which would be like I would need to find a way around that as well. I will say, oh yeah, Kangaskhan also is like does a lot of damage as well. I'm actually wondering how Chris is going to run the Kangaskhan because Fake Out Last Resort is like a lot of my Pokemon that need to get hit by that resist it. I'm wondering if we're going to see a Drain Punch Kangaskhan here because that would do 4 times super effective damage to Tyranitar, it would do super effective damage to Houndoom.
Yeah, neutral into.
I don't think it would do much to anything else really.
It's like
and if you run
neutral
Drain
into
Punch,
Skarmory and Suicune, but not Togetic or Weezing.
right? The trouble is if you run something like Drain Punch, it's hard to run Last Resort because like the way you have to play it is if you're going to run fake out, you have to do fake out, then drain punch, then last resort, and you're getting that damage way later, and Kangxi might be dead by then.
No, you can't. You can't do
So
last resort if you're doing anything other than fake out on your move set. Like it's fake out and last resort. That's the move set. It has to be that if you're doing that, because the way last resort works, isn't it like you can only use it if you've like used every other move?
Yes.
Yeah. So
right. So what I'm saying is like if that was a if we did see something like fake out, drain punch, last resort, you'd have to wait two full
yeah,
turns
2 full turns
to get to use
Yeah,
last resort.
exactly. Which you
And
don't want
Kangxi
to do.
doesn't live that really very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have the right read on a lot of that. I would say, you know, my take on this is like a couple of things. Like we talked about even from the draft, basically, like between Lugia and
Yeah.
Tyranitar, which is the best Pokemon.
Yeah, that's why we said Tyranitar. You want to pick it first because it
Because
counters Lugia, which
It
is the other
matches
best
so well
Pokemon.
into Lugia. So this is that matchup coming to the front. So that's going to be definitely tough for Lugia. You are pretty much obliged to Terra Lugia every time. But I think that's kind of okay. I think you can get away with it. If I'm Chris, I'm you kind of have to get Kingdra to carry you. But
Yeah.
the good news is Kingdra is very good into these Pokemon. Like I mean, maybe very good is an exaggeration, but it's good into Tyranitar. It's definitely doesn't care about Togetic. Beats Houndoom. It's a little dicey against the Weezing because obviously Weezing has Fairy type coverage, but it's
Yeah,
even
so
good
does
into
Togetic.
Skarmory. Like Skarmory is like whatever. Skarmory doesn't care, and then against Suicune, it's kind of even. So I think you want Kingdra to do a lot. Also, yeah, I think the last resort Kangaskhan is just out. I just don't think you can use it. It's just not good enough. I think, but there are other ways to use Kangaskhan. Like luckily, Kangaskhan has the versatility. I think Earthquake is really good on Kangaskhan because you could pair it with the Lugia, and then Lugia's not necessarily getting hit by the Earthquake. You can hit Tyranitar. You can hit Houndoom. Maybe that's not the best thing, but it's like whatever. Drain Punch, like you mentioned, is a really good one. Rock Slide, I think, could be solid just to help with Togetic and maybe get some flinches there here and there because Kangaskhan is quite fast. So you could do something there. I think Forretress also is like outside of Houndoom. Forretress is really good.
Yeah.
And so I think you could see Forretress being a bit of a problem. Like Suicune also deals with it, so it's not like as favorable for Forretress as some previous matchups. But like if you're Terra Water on Forretress, once again, it's like that's pretty
Pretty good.
that's pretty annoying. So I wouldn't hate to see that. I keep every week I think about this like Blissey, Flaffy, Meryl if there's anything there, and every week there's really not.
But here's conversely, every week I think about Jump Bluff, whether it's good in a given matchup, and usually it's not. But I'm thinking about it more and more right now, and I think it might be like your best option here. I think you can lead like a Jump Bluff Kingdra to set the rain before the commanders can do anything about it, because Jump Bluff has the speed advantage
Yeah,
in
it's really
like every
fast.
single situation here.
Yeah.
It can set Tailwind also. You put the sash on it so it doesn't just die to a Rock Slide immediately. Like you have to double it to kill the Jump Bluff after turn 1, and by then it's already set rain, so Kingdra can just go off, and then you can have Lugia and Fortress in the back to make use of that. I think that's the best potential strategy, like off the top of my head here.
Yeah, and you don't even have to if you're setting. I mean, you don't even have to use Rain. You can just use Tailwind because Rain is at danger of getting reset by Tyranitar, but Tailwind is like
Yeah,
obviously it
but
doesn't
can
give
lead
you
Jump
the
Bluff and You
damage.
can choose in the moment whether based on what you're up against, which one you want to pick. Because if Lily leads Tyranitar, then it's good to set Rain because then that means you have to switch out
Just for the sand.
to get the sand back.
And then the last benefit I want to say about Jump Bluff is Sleep Powder. Like once you get the
True.
There it is. Yep.
speed
Yep.
I
control
was gonna mention
out,
it.
the Sleep Powder. I mean, it's really dangerous.
Yeah.
So I would like to see Jump Bluff. We haven't seen it at all, and
No,
I
we
actually
haven't.
think it's one of the when we made our tier list, we put Jump Bluff really high, like
Yeah,
A
no,
tier.
it's a great Pokemon. It's a fantastic.
We
support.
definitely rated it higher than Zay
It
too.
can do like it could do. It's a
I think
great
it's
one
like
of
the
the
third pick
best.
out of the
Tailwind setters.
setters.
The only problem
It
with
was
Jump
third
Bluff
pick.
is that it has no
Or
like,
fourth pick.
offenses, but that's fine. It doesn't need it. It can do Tailwind. It can do Weather. it can do sleep, and it can do redirection. That's just so many things that one Pokemon can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all of
It's hard
those
to plan
things are going to
for.
be helpful in this matchup, especially since there's no Trick Room shenanigans on either side of this matchup. So who gets Tailwind is like really, really important, really crucial. I actually think like the commander, one of the best Pokemon here, aside from Tyranitar, is Suicune. There's like not much that Chris can do against Suicune.
No, yeah, Suicune's really annoying.
Because Jumpluff's offenses are not near. It's like laughable to think of. Like
You're
that
sort of.
Jumpluff could possibly.
I think you're kind of hoping that you can kill the rest of the team, and Suicune, you'll just be able to beat it like 2-on.
Like maybe Draco Meteor Kingdra like for strong neutral damage is the best way to deal with that. I don't know.
Yeah, and if you're not running Rain, if you're going Tailwind, that also opens up the possibility to go with the Kingdra to go like Sniper
Focus Energy, maybe.
Sniper
I don't know
Focus
if you have
Energy
the,
and
like
Scope
capital to
Lens.
set up, but maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if you have the room to set up either. I mean, again,
Maybe with some redirect.
with
from
some
Jump
Rage
Bluff.
Powder from Jumpluff, like I
can
don't know.
see
The
it
thing
working.
is, Chris hasn't gotten a win yet, so I'm sure it'd be really nice to get one. But maybe it's time to make some changes and try some new stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's you're always going to make changes based on the matchup. And
Matchup,
I think
yeah.
the Jumpluff is looking really strong in this one.
I think also just like I don't know,
Because if Chris
no
does
wins,
his
but you've been
usual
really
thing-
close a lot of times. So
If
maybe
Chris
you
does
don't
his
need to change
usual
too
thing
much.
here, it's just going to get rolled. I think the Commander's like, and it's pretty easy to tell what Chris's strategies are by this point, and Lily, you're pretty good at like preparing for known strategies, and this team is just so strong against like in this matchup especially. Yeah, if Chris doesn't make some changes, it's a roll.
Yeah, you can do something surprising. All right, let's move on. My matchup versus my sister, the scrambled egg, the horn
The
dogs,
two most glorious logos in the league,
The-
right next to each other.
Ho-Oh horn dogs
Oh, Horn Dogs
versus the scrambled
scrambled
egg.
egg.
The very serious
Yes,
team names.
two incredibly well designed logos. Graphic design is your passion.
I worked really hard on both. I pretty much made both of these
In Microsoft Paint.
Microsoft Paint.
And,
All right.
And yours uses my least favorite font of all time, Algerian.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I love that in the Scrambled Eggs logo, you just like did like screen caps of the actual models of Pokemon instead of like finding gifs of like images of them online.
Some of them. It's
We do
like
our
the
best.
art style varies wildly.
It
Some
does.
of them are like the drawings. And
It
some
does.
of
It
them
varies
are
a
just
lot
like
across.
the 3D models. And they're like vastly different
They're
resolutions.
not all from the same source. Okay, so I'll talk about throughout the matchup. I think I don't know. I think this is an interesting one. I don't think there's like super obvious favorite. I do think Crobat is a little bit of a challenge for me overall because obviously you have a really fast taunt into Smeargle, which is a problem. I think that the Scrambled Egg team like overall has one glaring weakness, and it's all physical. And so my plan is pretty much to capitalize on that. Like, I have very physically bulky Pokemon between Golem and Donphan. Like, both of these, Golem has like 130 defense or something, and Donphan has like 120. So I have really high physical bulk just going into it. And then Slowking is similar. Slowking, I think, has really good matchups across the board. The only exception being Executor, but like you can hit Crobat for super effective, Entei for super effective, Ursa Ring is neutral but super effective into Steelix and Sudowoodo, even Shuckle. So I think Slowking is definitely the one to watch out for. Ho-Oh, similarly, like pretty decent matchups into everything. It's like it can deal with Executor. It's got a really big Sudowoodo problem. But, like, unlike Chris, my Sudowoodo problem pretty much begins and ends at Ho-Oh because Donphan can destroy Sudowoodo, Piloswine as well. Golem resists it, so it kind of ends up being neutral, but Golem has better stats pretty much in both attack and defense, and they have, similar speed with Golem
Wait,
being
what do you-
slightly faster.
Golem does not resist it.
The rock type moves?
No, rock does not resist rock.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
then well, both ways it's the same.
Yeah.
They it's like they don't have a type advantage in it either way, but Golem has the slightly better stats.
Yeah.
And so I think that's good for me. Even artillery is like similar to Slowking, good for a lot of the same reasons. It's not as good as Slowking, but yeah, Slowking's really nice. And then even like Blossom destroys Sudowoodo, Blossom destroys Steelix. Um, so yeah, so I think there's like it's definitely a positioning battle because there are Pokemon across the board that can be a challenge. I think Ursaring is actually better against me than against a lot of teams because the only Pokemon I have to resist the powerful normal moves is Golem itself. Um, but yeah, I think if I lean into physical defense on these really high physical defense Pokemon, like I mean Donphan and Golem, and then even not to show my hand here, but Piloswine has pretty good physical defense with the Eviolite, and then Slowking has Chilly Reception, which I haven't used yet, but it is actually a really good tool to get the snow and bring Piloswine out on the same turn.
True, and that raises your physical defense even
Yeah,
more.
ice. Yeah, the snow boosts your physical defense, so that's another tool I have. So I think there's a lot of ways I can kind of abuse, the physical defense stuff. So yeah, I'm planning to do that, and then as long as I get rid of Executor, which I have Ho-Oh for, I think then the rest of the matchups are mostly in my favor. It's really Executor that poses a big threat to Slowking, Artillery, Donphan, Piloswine, and Golem. Like Executor obviously has great matchups into like about half of my team, but once that's gone, then the Donphan, the Piloswine, the Slowking, the Artillery, and the Golem, like they all have a good time.
Yeah, I definitely think this is, we talk about like choosing between Executor and Girafarig. This is definitely an Executor matchup, especially to deal with the Slowking. There's really nothing else you can do that really like deals with the Slowking as effectively.
Yeah.
But I also do think in terms of like setting the Trick Room mode, I think the Scrambled Egg is favored in that respect. Just because you have Steelix and Sudowoodo, who are like two of the slowest Pokemon in the game, and even Shuckle. We've been sleeping on Shuckle because it's a gimmick Pokemon, but if there's a matchup for it, maybe this is the one. I don't know.
You never know.
You could see it. Yeah, I don't know. You have Entei with Extreme Speed at the same time, which works both in and out of Trick Room, and I think like Extreme Speed is pretty good into like everything except Golem. Golem is maybe the best Pokemon for your team to bring, but Executor covers that pretty well, and you can have Steelix cover that, like actually run a ground type move this time, and Golem just goes down really quickly. Yeah, I don't know. This is a pretty like even matchup in my opinion. I don't think either team here is like obviously favored because both teams have like really good ways to cover different Pokemon in different situations. Like Executor covers a lot of your Pokemon, but then of course Ho-Oh destroys it. You were saying that Blossom destroys Steelix, maybe a little bit, but it's not like it's especially strong, and Blossom is pretty weak physically, so like Steelix with a body press could wipe out Blossom pretty easily in the right situation. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty, and like Entei destroys Blossom too. Entei is pretty good into Piloswine, especially if you don't get that like Chilly Reception up. If I could even see like a Sun mode being pretty favorable for Greenlee's team here. I mean, it might have enabled Blossom and Ho-Oh, but you might outweigh that with the Executor Chlorophyll and the Entei damage. I don't know. It's and I think Entei outspeeds Ho-Oh too, doesn't it? I don't know. I have to look up the stats.
Entei does outspeed Ho-Oh.
Yeah. So there's like different modes that can all play out in a vast array of different ways.
I think the one thing I'll say is I don't think Entei beats Piloswine because with Thick Fat it's like
that's true.
You're just hitting for neutral, whereas Piloswine hits super effective. So yeah,
yeah, the high horsepower hits Entei pretty hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's probably other ways to deal with Piloswine. Any like body press from Steelix.
Well, if you burn it, the Sacred Fire gets the burn. Then
yeah, that
Piloswine feels really bad.
Yeah, and in the sun, I mean, the Thick Fat doesn't do that much for you to offset.
Yeah, it is weather dependent, of course. But like
plus, Executor even deals with Piloswine with since ice doesn't resist grass. So
yeah, Executor is so good into everything.
Yeah. Executor is great. You just have to enable it. I think like a Terra on Executor could prove very hard to deal with. Like
Yes.
even just a Terra Dragon, because
It
like
could be another
not
season I
necessarily
lose
Dragon,
to
but-
Terra Steel
Terra
Executor.
Steel Executor. You don't want to go Terra Steel.
Not Terra Steel, but
Maybe not
some
Terra
Terra Executor.
Terra Water,
Terra
probably.
Dragon Executor. I could lose to it easily.
Like the only thing you could deal with, like with Terra Water, it's like it's Blossom or nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Also, one thing I want to say is Sudowoodo could go from being a fake grass type to being a real grass type with Woodhammer and Terra Grass, and that would also be equally.
Yeah,
That'd be
Woodhammer,
pretty
Grass type
devastating.
Sudowoodo, and Trick Room kind of just destroys everything, doesn't it? Except
Yeah.
for Ho-Oh, maybe. But in Trick Room, it destroys Ho-Oh, too.
And it destroys Ho.
Yeah. Wow. Thinking about that.
I-
You
I-
kind of have a grass problem, low key.
Yeah, I thought about that, and I was really debating whether I wanted to say
Pokemon. That's 5
it because I
with
didn't really
grass.
want to give that away, but it is really good.
That is really good. That is a strong option.
All right, Lily, you got any thoughts?
Yeah. I'm thinking about like because you guys are talking. This feels like a very executor heavy matchup. Like from both sides. Like what happens to the executor?
Mhm.
Do you think you can? I'm wondering if you can take that thing down on turn one, and if it gets to set Trick Room or not, because like if it sets Trick Room, I think Scrambled Egg has an advantage in Trick Room against your team,
Mhm.
but like it also like there's kind of like a trade off there with the Executor, where it's like, do you use it to set Trick Room, or do you use it to try and deal with threats on your team, because it has so many favorable matchups in terms of its offenses. So maybe the strategy there is like even in Trick Room, if you go super heavy into defense, because I think even with like Woodhammer on Sudowoodo, that's a physical move. So if your Pokemon are really strong on the defensive side, they may not go down in one hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both teams actually here are really heavy in the physical offense. So we're gonna have to see a lot of like defensive, like physical.
Is Slowking not special?
Slowking
Slowking
is
is
special,
special.
but so is Executor, so that's kind of the counterpart there.
Yeah, that's
I know
Octillery.
how it's
I have
physical.
Blossom, Slowking, and Octillery, whereas
But Ho can be special, and it probably should be.
yeah, that's also the case.
Yeah.
I think Executor's physical defense is higher than its special defense, so you have a better chance on a special Ho-Oh to maybe like
Take
one
it
if you
down.
can. I don't know if it's possible to one shot something like an Executor.
You want to run like Terra Electric,
Difficult, at least.
Thunderbolt Ho-Oh, I think, for the special Ho-Oh, just in case of the Terra Water Executor.
Yeah, that could be good.
That could also counter a Terra Water Steelix as well,
Yeah.
if need be.
I don't know that need will be, but
Terra
maybe.
Dragon is maybe the better one for Executor.
Yeah.
The
Well,
only thing you're worried about is
it's
Pilliswine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's
And
not
then
a
you can just Giga Drain that.
It's just deciding who's
Yeah.
the bigger threat into Executor, like Pilliswine or Blossom, when you're deciding between like Dragon and Water as your Terra type, because you don't want to go Terra Steel. Maybe Terra Electric, but you don't want to go Terra Electric because there's like 2 ground types.
well, your baseline threats is Executor. Your baseline threats are Ho-Oh and Pilliswine, right? Like,
Yeah.
those are the ones that are going to kill you.
Yeah, that's true. So you want
So you want something
for
that
them.
covers both of
Yeah,
them.
because you're not worried about Blossom by default,
Yeah.
except for Pollen Puff. You're kind of worried about that, maybe.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about Pollen Puff. Yeah, Pollen
Yeah.
Puff will kill you instantly, so you do have to worry about Blossom.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Or even, like, Octillery can run, like, Signal Beam.
Artillery is a fraud.
Remember, I tried to run it. I did
You
Terra
did.
Bug Octillery with a Signal Beam, so
did
it's,
try that.
that's a thing.
It's a crime that you still won that. Well, you lost that game and you didn't bring it.
I did
again,
lose that
so.
game. And I didn't bring Octillery again.
Yeah.
Octillery won.
What?
Octillery has won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one did it win in?
Octillery won against
Was it Brian?
Chris, I think.
Oh, it was Chris.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The rain team, because I just brought both my water Pokemon.
Right.
Let him set rain, and I was like, thank you.
There you go. Go off. I really want to see some artillery water spout action at some point.
No, it's bad.
How do
bad.
you know if you haven't tried it?
Okay, it's bad. Actually, this matchup might be the one where it's bested, because it can kill Anti-Steelix and Sudowoodo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, how slow is it? Because if it's slower than some of the Trick Room Pokemon, you might be able to get it off before
Nah.
they can move.
Artillery speed is like right
Alex-
there in the smack
yeah,
dab in
it's
the middle.
45.
Worst. It's 45?
Oh yeah, never mind then.
Oh, that's slower than I thought it was, but still.
Yeah, it's not as slow as it
Still not as
needs to
slow
be
as
to beat
Steelix.
Sudowoodo and
Because you kind of need
Steelix.
at full health got to work in the first place.
Yeah, it's very hard to set that
Yeah,
up.
you would be doing it on turn 1, like, and then, yeah, then that'd be it.
Yeah. Anywho, I think that's...
I mean, if you want to get really crazy, you could run Follow Me on Smeargle
Yeah.
and then do it.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. You can do that. That would be interesting, actually. I don't know. A lot of
Protect,
things to
Rain
try.
Dance, Follow Me, turn 2, Water Spout,
Yeah,
Terra Water.
there are a lot of things for me to try to test out in this matchup. I do. It is the revenge match because last season I lost to Greenlee and never played her in the playoffs.
True.
So,
So this is the second one. This is
only their
second
second
match.
time playing. I want to win this time as I lost the first one.
Yeah.
I already beat you, so we're good there.
So we're good there.
But to complete my revenge tour, I have to beat Greenlee as well. So, yeah. All right, let's look at the last matchup. This one is yours, Carter. You versus Brian Black Death
Versus Singing in the Rain.
versus
Oh, yeah.
Singing in the Rain.
Yeah.
It's opposite of how it looks on Black Death.
Like that.
Singing in the Rain. Black
Like
Death.
that.
Singing in the
Singing in the
Rain.
Rain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go. You could talk
Lily's
about
so
it.
confused right now.
She
Oh,
can't see
I'm just
us.
here.
She can't. You can't see what we're doing. Anyway, you'll see it in the YouTube video. It's cool.
Mhm.
So yeah, Singing in the Rain. I haven't done as much prep for this yet as I would have liked to, but you know, I'm not sure still when we're gonna play this match yet. But I have been, I've been giving a little bit of thought. Certainly, Murkrow is a must bring, as per always, but especially for this team when it's a weather game, I gotta keep them out of the rain. I gotta find a way to do that. And similarly, Brian needs to find a way to get my Murkrow out before Politoed can come back in and set the rain. So it's gonna be a weather battle for sure. I definitely want to bring like my grass fellows like Celebi and Vileplume into the Raikou, but we are kind of worried about Scizor. We do have a Scizor problem. As long as I could keep the rain out, and even in the rain, the Typhlosion kind of destroys Scizor. You're gonna need like a defensive Terra on that Scizor, probably Terra Water, if you want to deal with Typhlosion. I might even bring maybe lean into Mantine this time a little bit more. I haven't had like that many matchups where Mantine is good, but even that is a little dangerous in front of Raikou. So I don't know. It's a bit of a tricky one for me. I need to do a lot more thinking about it. But I probably want to bring I definitely want to bring Murkrow. I definitely want Typhlosion. I probably want Sneasel, Celebi, Mantine, and maybe Vileplume. I don't know if Heracross really answers this team all that well. TBH. I don't know. What do you think? What do you guys think?
Lily, you want to start? I can go last.
Yeah, I could talk a little bit about this. So I think everything Carter said so far is correct about like Murkrow being kind of like the linchpin of this of this game. Kind of you like if you're Brian, you want to get Murkrow out of the picture as soon as possible because like you don't really have any other viable options for setting your own weather and getting out of the rain. So like Murkrow going down would be like a major win condition for Brian. Thinking about this, I honestly don't think Typhlosion has like a big place in this matchup. Not just because of the rain, because a lot of the matchups that it's going to be seeing are going to like knock it out instantly. You've got Nidoking, you've got Politoed to worry about. You may want to bring it for the Scizor specifically.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you have a Scizor problem. But outside of that, I don't see much utility for it.
The thing is,
especially if you aren't able to get the sun down.
Like Scizor kills Sneasel, Scizor kills Celebi. Scizor is very hard to deal with. I mean, Mantine, I guess, maybe in the rain with some neutral damage. But yeah, I need Typhlosion. Like, it's very rare that I'm just not gonna bring Typhlosion. Like, yeah, I kind of have to. It's gonna be important. Plus, like, outside of just dealing with Scizor, if I can get Sunny Day Eruption, there's nothing on his team that resists that. except for Quagsire, I guess. And so that's
Yeah,
just
and
gonna
we're not gonna see
wipe
Quagsire.
him out. Like if a Terrafire Sunny Day eruption happens, his team is screwed.
Yeah.
I can see that. Like I can see maybe Mirko Typhlosion working in the back, kind of like he did in week 4.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely have it as a lead during one of the games, not both of them. I mean, I'm sure he's going to be prepared for it. I probably wouldn't lead it game 1, but I could lead it at game 2 maybe. I don't know. I got to find out. I got to test some different leads and stuff. I'm sure he's going to be prepared for it. He's probably going to want to like keep Politoed in the back so that he can just like set rain with a switch in to deal with that.
Yeah,
I can also see Celebi as being super strong in this matchup.
Yeah.
Because of course it resists water, and also it's pretty bulky on the special defensive side,
Yeah,
right?
resist water, it resists electric. It's I can psychic the Nidoking for big damage. The only issue is Scizor. It's like really really afraid of Scizor. The bug bite just immediately destroys it.
Yeah, I mean, Nidoking will hit you for a big sludge bomb too.
That too.
But you're faster than Nidoking, so
Yeah, so I'm not super worried about it. And I think like a Tailwind is gonna make my team like pretty like unbeatable in the speed department because I don't.
Brian has no speed control.
He has no speed control. He has to go like Trick Room Misdreavus if he wants to like outplay my Tailwind. But even that's like a difficult thing to invest in.
yeah.
And also it makes Raikou really bad.
Yeah,
yeah,
the
right.
trick,
Kinda
the
nerfing
trick
this
room
one,
like
Trick Room.
trick room really nerfs Raikou, so it's very hard for Brian to make a trick room mode work on his team. So I think I just win the speed control battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that.
Maybe I bring Yanma. Maybe this is the time for Yanma. I can hypnosis. I can Yanma hypnosis the Scizor. Then what will he do?
No, you can't do that.
Wait, who's your gravity user?
Stantler.
Stantler. I have a couple of thoughts. I think
Emily.
first of all, I think Brian should consider using Mischievous Wobbuffet for like a Perish trap thing. I mean, the downside is obviously Typhlosion can't get Perish trapped because it's ghost type, so you're immune to Shadow Tag. So that's not great. But Wobbuffet with like a Sash and Magic Bounce, the special version of counter, will just kill Typhlosion. Mirror Coat.
Magic Bounce is the ability.
Basically, Typhlosion can't Eruption without killing itself, which is kind of nice. So there's that. And then, so just one thing to consider. I also think Quillfish should come. That's my hot take.
I was thinking about that a little bit.
Quillfish should come because it's good into Typhlosion with its dark typing. It's pretty good into Celebi with its dark and poison typing.
Poison and dark.
It's really great versus Celebi.
Swift Swim.
And that's that's it. But that's good enough for a reason. Also, you have Intimidate if
and it's
you're
dark
worried about
type, so it's
Heracross,
immune to Prankster if that for whatever that's worth. You can't get the Thunder Wave. I don't know.
Yeah,
Not
so
really
that
gonna
kind
be
of stuff. It's Swift Swim. It gives you a Swift Swim user, so you can actually be
maybe outspeed me.
outspeeding sometimes with the Politoed. But yeah, I think there's a pretty valid. I think there's a pretty legit chance that you can win with Perish here. Like I would really consider it because of Wobbuffet can, like Murkrow's not threatening any damage. So if Murkrow's in the lead and Murkrow's always in the lead, that alone helps you with your Perish trap. And then number 2, I mean Murkrow can taunt you, so you have to watch out for that. That would stop your Perish trap as well. So I'm not saying it's easy, but like, you could the Magic Coat into Typhlosion makes it really scary from an Eruption. And then you have Mirror Coat, sorry. If you have the Perish mode, maybe you even bring Quagsire ? Because like how
Is this the debut?
How does Quagsire, if you put Quagsire next to Quillfish, what can Celebi do?
Energy Ball.
Giga Drain?
Giga Drain Quagsire.
Yeah, but you protect the Quagsire, and then the Quillfish kills your Celebi.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. No, I don't actually know, but I don't actually think you should switch things that much with because if you bring Quillfish, Quagsire, Mischievous, Wobbuffet, like who are you leaving behind? Are you leaving behind Raikou and Nidoking?
You can't possibly afford to leave behind Raikou or Nidoking, to be honest.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think you could leave Nidoking.
Nidoking, I think, is better than Quillfish here, though.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I think Quillfish is good, though. I like Quagsire is a joke, but I do think Quillfish is good. I think you could bring...
Quillfish might be better than Nidoking, and just in the fact that the Celebi matchup is better for Quillfish than it is for Nidoking, because Quillfish like can't get
Exactly.
by Celebi at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Where Celebi can pretty.
So I kind of would like to
with
see Quillfish
Nidoking.
over Nidoking, and then you can have Wobbuffet and Misdreavus as like a potential perish option.
And
'Cause
honestly, Quillfish, now that more I'm thinking about it, the fact that it's only weak to ground and I don't have a single ground type, that's pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like that's pretty solid.
I'd have to go like Earth Power Celebi to deal with Quillfish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Quillfish is.
And then you have to have Celebi in against Quillfish.
Yeah, which
is
is tough.
not
That's like I have to
great.
Terra it, and I don't necessarily want to do that. Yeah.
Yep. So I like Quillfish. I think it's time for a Quillfish to come out. That's
But I don't know
my...
if it's offensively strong. I could just go weakness policy again. I don't
Bring the Quillfish! And also Perish Trap.
know. Yeah.
Nah, Murkrow just taunt you. That's the...
Micro taunt.
Yeah. You have to like...
If I
Terra Dark
if I see
Misdreavus.
Misdreavus, yeah, you have to go Terra Dark Misdreavus if you want to get around my just Prankster taunt to keep you from using Perish.
Or you could be tricky and do the Perish with Politoed. Like you could lead Politoed
Politoed
Scizor
Misdreavus.
or
Oh,
something,
Politoed Scizor.
and then you Perish and swap into Wobbuffet. As long as Wobbuffet
yeah,
like
that would
lives.
be tricky because I wouldn't necessarily predict that. If Wobbuffet isn't there, then I don't think you're gonna go for Perish.
Yeah, exactly. But the problem with that though is then if you just click Eruption, which you maybe
Yeah,
would,
Wobbuffet just dies.
Wobbuffet dies instantly.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it wasn't very good.
Yeah. I mean,
Also,
if it
I don't
has
think
Sash,
Terra Dark
maybe.
Misdreavus even works to stop the taunt because Misdreavus is slower than Murkrow.
No, but the Terra Dark means that it just is going to be immune.
Yeah, it's
Like
immune.
the way that the Dark works with Prankster is that if a Pokemon with Prankster uses a non-damaging move on a Dark type Pokemon, that move just fails.
Yep.
So
Oh, I see.
yeah.
So yeah,
I thought it just removed the priority. That makes sense.
Yeah. No.
it should be an exciting one though. I'm most excited for the Wakes versus. Who are they playing?
The Wicks.
Oh, Bash. The
Bash.
Bash.
Yeah.
That's my matchup to watch
That's gonna
out
be fun.
for.
I'm of course excited for your matchup with Greenlee because I don't have to really I don't have to do double duty in the next few days with this prep. I gotta help Greenlee with her matchup, and then
Welcome to my world.
yeah, that's you every week, I guess.
But yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, Lily. It was good to have you.
Yeah.
Happy to have a guest. Thank you for
Thanks for having me.
Everyone who watched or listened. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Of course. I hope you
And,
enjoyed our webcam shenanigans.
Yes, yeah. And look out for some
The
more
ones that I
content.
can totally see right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good one.
You'll get it. Don't worry.
Look out for some more content coming in the future. Hopefully, we're going to be doing pretty soon. We're going to be talking about the Gen 3 League. We have some interesting challenges.
Doing captain interviews.
We're going to be doing some captain interviews hopefully soon. Haven't scheduled any yet, but hoping to get through. I'd like to interview literally everyone if I can.
That'd be nice.
Before the season's over, so I'll probably still be even doing them during playoffs and stuff, but yeah, should be fun. We're getting into the latter half of the league now.
Yeah.
Moving towards that playoffs, and it's been great. All right, and that's all we have for you. So, thanks again for tuning in. And
Peace.
Peace out.